Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Famously on this channel over the past couple episodes, I've been talking about the fact that I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do with your lives or trying to tell you, that everything that I say is correct because I'm kind of figuring things out as we go along. So I figured I'd make this video and talk about what I've learned not to do. Number one, don't panic. If you aren't making money right away, don't panic. It's important to remember that this is freelance work and that you're not always going to get paid out regularly or on time. If it's been a few weeks that you've been at this and you haven't made any money yet, and you're coming, close to your bills and your rent, don't freak out because no matter what you're doing, there's always going to be a payout right around the corner. It just depends on when. It is important to set up payment plans with the producers or the people that you're talking to about these projects, so you have some semblance of an idea of when you're going to get paid. Because obviously, we're adults and we have bills to pay and we got rent due, and so we kind of got to know when we're going to have money in our bank account. Just 2 weeks ago, I felt like I hit a low because I was running out of money. And my bills were coming due, my rent was coming due, and I was starting to try to figure out, what I was going to do if I was going to have to take out a loan, because money just wasn't coming in yet, even though I had been working for a couple weeks. I'm not going to lie, I got really down on myself and started to think, man, like, is this for me? Is this what I should be doing? Which, by the way, is not a good attitude because it's only been a couple weeks. But literally days after I kind of had that sort of pit of despair, everything started coming through and I was actually able to get my bills and all that stuff paid on time. And looking back on it, I was silly for thinking that just because it had been a couple weeks and I hadn't, made anything yet, that this isn't what I should be doing full time, because this is absolutely what I should be doing full time. Freelance work is difficult because you don't always know when the next check is going to come through. So you have to do the best you can to plan it out with, the people who are paying you, and then hope for the best. I personally try to set a standard of I'm going to get paid as soon as I turn in a project and it's approved. That means after any revisions that they need, I would essentially get a check. That way it keeps me working and it keeps me motivated, because if I want to pay the bills, then I got to get myself to work. Just try to hold out hope that everything that you're doing is valuable and you are going to make money, just maybe not on your schedule. Number two, don't say yes to everything. Know when to turn down a job. Time is your most valuable asset, so any minute spent working on one thing is a minute that you're not spending working on another thing. Your first instinct might be to take every single job that comes your way because, you might be struggling and you might need to pay the bills. But oftentimes there's another thing and maybe something better just around the corner. So ask yourself if it's worth doing. For one, if you have the skill set to do a particular project. Some things you're just not a good fit for, and it's good to realize that right away. And don't get down on yourself. There's some styles of music that you're just not, good at writing, and you have other strengths in other areas, and maybe you should focus more of yourself on finding projects that fit into your areas. Or sometimes it's a project that you are interested in, but the pay just isn't good enough. If you've already tried negotiating and they're saying no dice, then sometimes it's okay to walk away from a job. This leads me to number three, don't undersell yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for what you think you deserve to be paid. I'm not going to get into pricing too much with this episode, maybe sometime later, but consider how much time it's actually going to take for you to work on this project. The way I like to do it is I like to think how much I would work weekly at my old full-time job, add a little bit more because obviously my training and my experience is valuable, and then I divide up how many hours I think that it's going to take to complete a certain project. Ultimately, I like to think about it as how much money I'm going to be getting paid weekly. And if what they're offering is severely under what you need to be making a living wage, then sometimes it's okay to walk away. Because right down the corner is somebody willing to pay you for your time and for your experience and for your training. And I'm not going to lie, I did start off taking free gigs to get to where I am now. But over time, you become more selective and you wean yourself off of the free gigs, and you start charging more, and you start valuing yourself more, you valuing your time more. So there's nothing wrong with taking free gigs. If that's where you are in your career right now, then go for it, because it does lead you to places that you would never have gotten. But if you've been doing this for a while and you have the experience and you have the confidence and you know what you have to do to get a project done well, then you should charge accordingly. Number 4, don't be afraid to spend money. I know, your bank account's running out and you're panicking. I'm more so talking about the sense of guilt anytime that you buy like a new sample library or a new instrument or a new piece of equipment. This is your business now, so stop treating it like a hobby. You're not going out and buying video games. You're buying things that you're going to invest into your business. Everything that you buy that is either related to composing or to your equipment, to your hardware, to your business, those are investments. And someday you will get a return on those investments. So stop feeling guilty about buying the latest sample library if you think that it's going to help you in a project. Stop feeling guilty for buying a new piece of equipment if you think it's going to speed up your workflow. They always say you got to spend money to make it, and it's true here. Number 5, don't not have a plan. Well, it's okay to keep your day flexible for changing deadlines, new revisions, new perspective opportunities, inspiration that comes out of nowhere every once in a while. You don't and you shouldn't plan your day out hour by hour. However, a weekly list of goals is a way better way to go. Plan out your week by listing things down that you need to accomplish in general. This could be big picture stuff like working on your finances or focusing on your LLC or finding new prospective clients, or specific things like finishing up Q number 29A or releasing a new track on Spotify, things like that. Basically, keep your days flexible to account for change and then, worst case scenario type stuff, but don't plan it out hour by hour. Keep a weekly list of weekly goals that you need to accomplish. 5 months ago, I was terrified of leaving my job for the first time because I didn't know what to expect and because I didn't know if I would, make money right off the bat. And the first couple of weeks were rough because I didn't make any money right off the bat. I was doing a heck of a lot of work. I had, a couple projects going on and things, coming up later that I was waiting on. But sometimes it's tough to see the big picture. You are investing in yourself just like you're investing in a business. And you're not always going to have instant gratification. Know your worth, know your value, know what your time is worth. Don't be afraid to put money into your business to grow if you have it. And if you aren't the organization king, like I'm certainly not, sometimes it's easier to make weekly or monthly goals rather than to say, at 8 o'clock I'm going to sit down and I'm going to work on this. 9 o'clock I'm going to, whatever. One step at a time, and you will get into a routine eventually. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe so you can follow my journey from mere peasant to full-time composer. I hope to make more videos like this and more videos in general. I've been swamped for the past couple weeks, but I'm going to try to get back to making weekly updates. All right, guys, see you next time.